Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to beautiful Meiringen in Switzerland. Or should I say, this is actually Waterfalls of Switzerland, Meiringen, which is the latest release from Cli4D Designs, and a huge thank you to Clifford for giving me the opportunity to fly this scenery and also to show it to you in this video. It's absolutely stunning. Clifford is an expert at creating these beautiful environments to explore, and they're especially great if you like helicopters, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be going up in the Taugs hangar Huey, a stunning helicopter, here from the Swiss helicopter base, and we're going to be taking a look at the area, taking in the beautiful waterfalls, the rivers, and some of the other bits and bobs that Clifford has built into the scenery. I've not flown the Huey for a while. I've been mainly flying the H145, so you might even get some dodgy helicopter flying shenanigans thrown in for the bargain. You get nothing but good value on this channel, I'll tell you that. It's a fantastic helicopter. It's very much back to basics. And what we're going to do is the landscape you're seeing now is the landscape as you see in February in the sim. We're going to be switching it up to summer, so it's a lot greener, it's a lot more beautiful. And anyway, enough of my waffle, let's get flying. Okay, well, here we are, and it's a lot greener now that we have got into our time machine and entered the summer. And I think well, you can see green and lush, looks absolutely stunning. We've lost some of the snow up on the mountains, but yeah, I think we're going to see some really quite stunning scenery. Right, okay, so let's have a quick look and get everything set up. I mean, a quick look at the circuit breakers just to make sure there's nothing popped out there, and that looks okay to me. Let's have a look at the lights. That's all okay. That's on there. Quick look down here. Everything is fine there. So let's have battery on. And straight away that's going to go off. Now, if I remember in 2024, in 2020, if I do this, then that would cancel it. But in 2024, at the moment anyway, we have to leave that in the off position. Otherwise it's guaranteed to blow our minds. Right, what else we got? Hydraulics are on, force trim is on, that's all good. Chip detect is normal. Happy with that. I told you I was rusty. This isn't going to be the most impressive start you've seen in the Huey, I'm sure. Right, quick look around here. That's okay. That's all good. Right, let's have fuel on. Oh, first of all, let's get the throttle set up. So I'm just using my Verpil to get where I want to be. There we go, and then just roll that forward. There we go, and then roll it back, and then now that's in the correct start position. Right, fuel on. And now let's hold down the starter. Wait till the RPM percent gets to 40, and then we'll release. Keeping an eye out to make sure we don't get any nasty chip detect. Right, release the starter. The sounds on this really are quite beautiful, aren't they? Right, let's come back up to the top, and now we can have the inverter on, the standby generator on, and that's all good. Quick look down here now. No nasty amber lights to worry about. Happy with that. Okay. that back on. Now we can wind up the throttle. See the RPM warning's gone out now. Excellent. And where we go? There we go. Boof. Master caution's gone out. That's all good. Happy with that. Okay, it's time to fly. Something I've noticed actually, just incidentally, the three people over there by the door where it says Swiss Helicopters, when I did the intro, you may have noticed that they were different people. So this has obviously got some kind of thing set up so it randomizes the figures, which is pretty clever, pretty neat. Right, okay, quick check that I have done everything that I need to do. Yes, that's all good. You'll notice that I've got the interior crew off. You'll see the crew from the outside, but I've got the interior crew off just so we can have a better view out the windows, because that is what we're doing. We're looking at scenery, right? Okay, this is where I need to shut up a bit and concentrate on my flying. So bear with me, and I'll see you on the other side. Back up a little bit, wiggling a little bit there, which is unnecessary. I need a bit of practice with my pickup with the Huey. It's a little bit messy. It's funny how you get used to one helicopter type and then you get a little bit rusty, but that's all part of the fun. Do love flying helicopters in this sim, especially doing this kind of stuff, because the scenery is just absolutely beautiful and made for exploration. So here we have our first waterfall. You can see it's got the kind of trademark Cli4D landscaping going on. You see the cliff face over there and the rocks around the waterfall here just make it so realistic. See the mist coming off there. Just amazing. We'll have a closer look at some of this stuff, but I don't want to lose too much height at this point because we need to go up this away now. That was Reichenbach Falls, by the way, if you're looking to see what I'm talking about. Now we can see here also some more work that Cli4D's done. It's just unfortunately going under the cockpit there, just under the floor, but you can see he's done some work on the stream. We'll get a better look up here, I think, probably. See down there the flowing river, the rocks, and this cliff face here, just stunning. It really does make it feel so realistic, and an absolute pleasure to fly helicopters around this kind of thing. I think I've said it before on videos that if you're learning to fly helicopters, then flying around scenery like this is just such a rewarding way of doing it, because you've got opportunities to practice various different things, and at the same time you can just ogle at the scenery, which is gorgeous. Making videos like this one for me is an absolute pleasure because I love mountains, tick. I love helicopters, tick. And flying around scenery like this, there you go, there's a good idea of what he's done. Beautiful river there with the rocks. Just be careful not to bang into the side. Remember to do the piloting bit first. So incredibly realistic. And as someone who never uses the sim to fly big tube liners at high altitude, I'm always flying warbirds or helicopters or GA. Having scenery like this in the sim is makes it so worthwhile. You could drive along that, you could get the parallel 42 Juiced Goose and you could just drive along that road so easily. So let's see where we are. I'm just having a quick look on the map just to make sure I'm following it. I can see little details like the bridge down there. I am pretty sure that's something that Cli4D has put in. Some more rock faces. Ooh, bit of blade slap. Love a bit of blade slap. So we're coming up on some more falls here, and let's just concentrate on the flying for a moment. There we go. This is I'll tell you in a minute. Trying to fly and look at the map at the same time is not a good idea when you're this low. There we go. So I might just gently take us in here. See why this is good practice for helicopter flying. So let's just keep our situational awareness. So there we go. We've got some falls just there. And then if I come over here, see a car park down there. In a moment I might be able to tell you what which falls this is, but I'm actually concentrating on flying for the time being, believe it or not. And every time I go to look at the map to tell you where we are, the helicopter wants to go a different direction. So there we go. There's you can see the mist. See if I can just get us over a little bit. There we go. Back us up a little bit. Blade slap. Stunning. Okay, right, let's head down here and I will tell you, now that I'm not concentrating on flying so much, that was the yeah, still can't see, the Rosenlaubach. I have to say I'm going to be murdering languages doing this. But that was the falls there. And now you'd be glad to know, at least for a few minutes, no more funny pronunciations, just some fun flying. Have another look at the road. There's the river there. The detail, just stunning. If you fly helicopters, I'm sure you will get what I'm talking about, why I'm gushing about this the scenery so much. So we just come out of this. From geography, I seem to remember this was called a hanging valley, where the glacier comes out and then tips down. Oh, that's an interesting bit of road there. Let's come down here a bit. Now, overshot it slightly, but we can come back and have a look. Because this gives us an opportunity for a bit of blade slap. No blade slap. Isn't that typical? Probably because I'm being a little bit cautious and not chucking it around. Here we go. Huge rock face there. Detail that's gone into that rock face. Ooh, ring vortex. There we go. I don't know if that was ring vortex, but I treated it like it was and got the hell out of it, so there you go. There's some nice blade slap. Right, let's see if I can wind the... So what's that? Falcheren Falls, perhaps? If I was sensible, I would learn the names beforehand. Nice cliff face there. Right, let's move on. Beautiful sound. What is it about blade slap that's so beautiful? Maybe it's just that kind of iconic kind of helicopter sound, especially in the Huey. Right, quick look that everything is okay. We haven't broken anything, that would be embarrassing. It's just a bit of fun with the Huey. Lovely landscape, isn't it? I've only ever been to Switzerland once, and that was an unscheduled visit, I should say, but was wonderful. Coming up through Italy on a train, went to Zurich, and then the next day left Zurich and headed north. But it was quite something. I think it's always the same, isn't it? When you see something for the first time that you normally see in films, to actually see it in the flesh is quite something. Here we have another fall. Have a little look at that. Hopefully you can kind of understand why I changed the season as well, because I just it's very nice that Microsoft Flight Simulator simulates the change of landscape with the scenery, but it's also nice when you get to fly around in the summer and you get this wonderful green everywhere. Okay, let's keep on our way. Don't worry, we will be getting some landing practice in. I did promise you some shenanigans, and shenanigans there will be. So one of the interesting things I find about the Huey actually is that once I've dialed into it, then I kind of get it. But after flying the H145 a lot, I always have to dial into a little bit. As you saw from the takeoff there, that was quite scrappy. And that's what happens when you are, as I like to say, a jack of all trades and a master of none. I think one of the fantastic things about flight sim flying, as with real flying obviously, is that you're always learning. Always picking things up and learning when things go wrong. Nice over here, isn't it? Can you imagine how beautiful this must be? Got a little bit of photo scenery merging with something else there, which looks a bit odd. But we can live with that. This helicopter really is superb. It's one of those add-ons that I've bought where I actually have a grin whenever I fly it. It's just so beautiful. Right, we've got another full there. So I want to have a look actually, because that is the posh hotel, and I'm going to try and see if we've got anywhere that we can land. I've not recce'd it, so I don't know. But I'm certainly going to have a look and see what we've got. But we've got another. Got some more falls here. Look at that. Stunning. So we have got an area there that I would be quite confident in landing on in the H145, but not so sure in the Huey. But do you know what? To hell with it. Let's do it. Let's do it. There's something funny going on with my mesh down there. I can see the... Oh, it's an LOD thing. It's one of the things with 2024. He's got these funny LODs because of what it's done. So sometimes you get, I mean, let's have a look. I bet if I get close to that, it will correct itself. Yeah, there you go. You just have to get close enough. And it will be really cool. Hopefully they'll optimize Flight Sim 2024 at some point, so you don't have these sudden changes where you have to get quite close to something. Oh, hello. That was vortex ring state again. This is a good way of reminding yourself. So what's happening there is that, being completely honest, because I always will be, I'm coming in quite high. I'm trying to get low so that we can have a look at that. I wanted to have a look at that coastal bit there. And what's actually happening is that all of a sudden we're dropping like a stone because we've hit the vortex ring state. So then I'm having to take drastic action to get the hell out of that position, get some transitional lift, and solve the problem. So if I come in a bit lower this time, Just take it really easy. Just see the falls there. Let's bring us around a little bit. It's fascinating for me how trying to make a video and concentrate on flying at the same time can sometimes fry the brain, especially in the Huey. Trying to fly it, well, trying to fly it, I was going to say fly it smoothly, but trying to position it whilst thinking of what I need to say is not easy. Right. Yeah, that's going to be very tight. Well, let's have a look. Building. Forward a bit. Whoa. That was my fault. I had muscle memory relapse for a moment then and forgot I was using the Virpil, and instead of lowering the collective I pulled it, so that was a bit bumpy. Let's have a look outside. Yeah, that was pretty tight. That was pretty tight, but hey ho. So I need to remember that's the way we need to go. Let's not bump into anything. Right. Focus, boy. Focus. There we go, there's a nice little bridge. Look at that. Very picturesque. Right. A little bit of blade slap. I'd like to say that was applause from the helicopter, but probably not. But I wanted to get us out of that tight little spot there. Okay, so now we can just head back at a leisurely pace, wipe the sweat off our brow after trying to land there, and let's see what else we've got. As is often the case with Cli4D's scenery, there is so much to explore, and I'm absolutely sure that there's things that I'm not showing you, but in a way that's kind of intentional, because that's a bit like me unwrapping all your presents. If this is the kind of thing that you are interested in getting and flying around, you don't really want me to show you all the little interesting bits and pieces. You'll want to jump in your helicopter and fly around and have a look yourself. A quick overfly of the airport. I should say the airport isn't part of the scenery. This is just the standard airport up ahead, but we've got some nice rock faces there. Ooh, let's pop up over here. There's the airport. I did notice that further, I guess, over to our, I would say it's probably around about our 9 o'clock up in the mountains, there is what looks like some kind of mountain railway. It's not listed in Cli4D's scenery as being a POI, so I'm not sure if it's just something that's part of the standard scenery. but if you come this way, that might well be worth a look. It looks quite interesting. Probably somewhere you could land the helicopter. Now, as we come up here, there should be another waterfall. You can really get a good view over there now of that one. Quite clever how Clifford puts the moving water in, so you do get that motion in rivers as well, that you don't get with stock water. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong place on the map there. There isn't a waterfall there, but I could just see, if I bring it round, you can just see the really detailed cliff faces. So it's funny, whenever I flying helicopters like this, there's always a part of me that's looking for somewhere to land, and I was kind of hoping that there might be a patch on the top of that we could have a bit of landing practice, but it's all covered in trees, unfortunately. Which is a shame. Well, there's a nice piece of road. Clifford will have cut that in. See the rocks over there, 2 waterfalls. And we'll just scoot down here. Got to say, I quite like the default trees in 24. There's a bit too many of them, and they don't always seem to appear in the right places. But it's certainly improvement on the old stock trees. I had Rex AccuSeason in 2020, and because of the trees in this sim, I've not altogether missed it too much, because they do look so good. And it's nice, you might have seen it back at the hotel there. It's nice the way the trees move around sometimes. With the downdraft of one's helicopter, here we go, here's the waterfall. I'm really going to get a great look from here, so let's weave the helicopter around. Engage blade slap mode. Noticed I've given up trying to name them now. That's because it was just getting too difficult to fly and look at them at the same time. Look at the detail of the rocks down in the water there. Let me I'm going to practice coming down and keeping control of everything at the same time. So let's just bring ourselves around a bit, and then we can come and have a better look. I'm sure the residents won't mind. Who doesn't love a Huey, eh? one of my weak things that I do need to somehow practice at some point is when I'm looking at the side of the helicopter, making sure that it's not making any huge altitude changes. It's always a tad tricky for me, especially in the Huey. There we go. I was just trying to get a bit closer so you can see get a better view of the rocks and everything. Excellent. Okay, so there you go. Right, now we are going to land back at base. So certainly give me a bit more landing practice. See the big mast there. I'm just looking out for our home from home. I think, yeah, that's it over there. Okay. So a quick look at the wind. Wind is hardly anything because we've got sightseeing wind weather on. There's our base. Got one knot of wind, so I'm not going to worry about that. This is messy. Really set myself up a nice approach at all. More kind of set myself up for failure, but let's see. Yeah, not brilliant by any stretch. In fact, I think we've kind of overshot the H. Let's have a quick yeah, you see, he just shook his head. He thought, who is that idiot landing that Huey in such a haphazard way at my heliport? He's going to go off and do it again. Do that a bit cleaner. The kind of thing that I would actually do in my free time now is practice this kind of stuff. Get back into the zone with the Huey, doing some nice smoother approaches. Finding the interesting thing is the hardest bit I'm finding to get used to is the muscle memory with the I've left my Discord on. With the collective, so that it's smooth rather than uppy downy. By the way, there's a link to the Discord down below. Clever. Abort. Yes, that final stage. That final stage where you're balancing the collective, the pedals, and of course as you change collective you have to change the pedals. Sorry, this has turned into a bit of a practice session for me. Deliberately coming at an angle like this because I want to have to use the pedals to turn a little bit. And again, it's all kind of practice. Go. Well, we're still off the H a little bit, but we're down safely, and that's what counts at the end of the day. Although, yeah, we're right over it on the side of the H, aren't we? Pretty awful. But I was focusing on smoothness rather than pinpoint accuracy. But you get the idea. That's what it's all about. It's about practice. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect, and all that sort of thing. Anyway. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed the scenery. It's absolutely beautiful. Thanks again to Clifford. And I look forward to seeing you on the channel again very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.